arcade gamers, and welcome back to Biggie D's Arcade. Today we're doing a review on the X-Arcade Arcade2TV-XR. This is a premium game deck that was sent out to me for the purposes of review. I've had the pleasure of playing this now for the last month, and I'll tell you, it's been a great addition to my game room. I play it every day, and mostly virtual pinball. You'll see I have set up here a vertical screen mod with a DMD backglass screen above it, and I've got it hooked up to a gaming PC. I'll play Zen Studios, Pinball FX, as well as Pinball M quite a bit. Also play Pinball FX VR. I'm going to go through all that with you as well. There is a VR capability with this also. So we'll break it all down in this video. Look forward to doing this with you guys today after having this for over a month and being able to speak from experience to tell you guys what I think you're going to like about this. And if you're out there looking to maybe get one, hopefully this video will be informative. So let's get into it. So this is the website that you can order the Arcade2TV-XR from. You're going to go to xgaming.com. When you get there, you're in their store. You're looking for this product here. You're going to have several options. What I have would be called the Arcade2TV-XR bundle. Comes in at $3.99. You also can get just the Tankstick VR. So if you're just looking for just the game deck itself, you can get that for $2.99. Or for whatever reason, if you're just looking for the pedestal and you don't need the game deck, you can purchase that separately later on if needed for $99. So not too expensive for a quality metal construction pedestal, which we'll go over here in our review. They're also doing pre-orders now on the Pinball haptic kit, which we're going to go over in this review as well. Very interested in mine arriving. I've already pre-ordered mine, but if you're looking to get the bundle, like the X-Arcade bundle as well as the haptic kit, you can do that all in one purchase at $5.99. Or if you happen to already own the X-Arcade and you've already purchased this and you're just interested in the Pinball haptic kit, which is coming soon, you can get that for $200. So go check out the X-Gaming X-Arcade website for more information on how to purchase this and have it shipped to your home. So I want to do a segment on the shipping. They did a very good job. These are well packed. Styrofoam, all the packaging is well protecting the game deck and the pedestal, the stand, that are going to come in two different boxes. Box 1 will have the tank stick. Box 2 will have the stand. These are coming from California, or at least mine did. I was in Arizona. Only took a day or two to get here. The boxes were in near perfect condition when they arrived, and everything inside was in great condition as well. Pedestal is going to take the most time because you have to put that together. You're basically just putting a bunch of screws in, and there's probably 15, 20 pieces all together. But once you get it put together, it's well built, sturdy, does the job very well. And it also has some adjustments. It has like 4 or 5 adjustments. I'm 6'4". I'll use the top. If I'm playing like fighting games, I'll use the notch right below the top setting for pinball, and it works great. And then of course you have that light up area there for that X-Arcade logo right below it, which you can change to pretty much any color you want. Looks really good. And this can be bought in just box 1 if you just want the game deck, or you can get both in a bundle, or you can get the stand later if you don't want to have the stand right out the gate. Next, I want to talk about the design on the X-Arcade. I feel like they did a really good job with the slant on the control deck. Where you're like playing fighting games for a long time, having that slant is really good for the wrists to be able to play for long periods. Also, it's got a really good grip to it. The texture on the surface feels real good. It's got a really quality trackball, so if you're going to be playing Golden Tee, games like that, it's perfect. It's got a nice area for 8 buttons on both 1 and 2 player, and the controls are really good quality. It's got a nice area on top. This is where you can put spinners or your controllers for VR, as well as the haptic kit coming soon. And then you've got some nice lighting. This is the accent lighting. You can change its color, its pattern. I adjust it all the time to whatever game I'm playing, whatever mood I'm in. Nice light underneath. And then you've got these pinball buttons, and I think this is the greatest part. You got a pinball button on the right and left side. That's what allows me to play virtual pinball as well as VR pinball, and that's what I spend most of my time doing with this. So terrific design by X-Arcade. Next, I want to talk about the controls on the X-Arcade. The buttons are high quality. These are going to last a long time. You would never be, I think, considering replacing these anytime soon. They're going to take a lot of abuse and use. Also, they're not the clicky kind. They're quiet, which is nice. It's got high quality joysticks, heavy duty joysticks. They're going to take quite a bit of abuse as well. I don't see any reason to replace or get better ones at any point in the near future. Trackball's great. I love the spin on this. Can't wait to play some Golden Tee games with it and dig into some of those trackball games like a bowling game, because every time I spin it, it feels so good. Now you've got this area on the top, and that's where like your VR controllers are going to go. Basically, the haptic kit is going to be releasing in November, December. When that comes out, that top portion is going to come out, and there's going to be 2 big speakers going in the top here. So looking forward to that mod and later this year. But for now, it's a nice little area on top. And just kind of standing back from it, you can play pinball. You can play the fighting games. I do both, but I spend majority of my time using these pinball buttons on the right and left side because I love virtual pinball, whether that be FX on the flat screen or playing FX VR with the virtual reality headset on. But majority of my time spent gaming is with the pinball buttons. So I think that's probably the biggest selling point for me in getting one of these. Next, I want to talk about the VR support for the X-Arcade Arcade2TV-XR. It's got full support for your MetaQuest headset. So I'm using a 3S, and you can see where it just sets on top with the slots for your controllers. And when you're ready to play, you put the headset on, you leave the controllers in those spots. And for instance, with FX VR, you stand in front of it, use the pinball buttons on the sides, and there's no lag. It is instant response time. And that's because they partnered with Zen Studios to integrate this fully with this control panel. So everything works perfect. You've also got the option of doing Arcade Ranger and playing arcade games with this control panel. Haven't done that yet, but looking forward to that. All right, guys, we're going to do some gameplay in this review because I think that's important in what you guys see in the gameplay aspect of this. Pinball FX is loaded up right now, which Pinball FX is my favorite by far. It's got over 130 pinball tables. They recently had a sale for their 25-year anniversary in which everything was like 65% off. I was able to load up on tables at really reduced savings. So, got a ton of tables on here. We're just going to play one of the Pinball FX so you guys can see how that plays. And then we're going to play Pinball M, and then we're going to try Pinball FX VR after that. So let's first just load up a Pinball FX table. And I've been playing recently because there's a tournament going on right now of Williams Pinball. And it is the Black Rose table. So we've been doing a 1-ball challenge. I'll just do a 1-ball challenge now for the review so you guys can see how this plays. I'm doing realistic physics and no extra balls. So we'll see how this goes. And this is really just kind of a demonstration for you guys so you can see, when I'm playing this, how does it look? How does it play? I keep the keyboard up here because I always need access to be able to press the enter button or navigate the menu sometimes, and I always keep a mouse around, but I'll turn the mouse off when I play. That way it doesn't interfere with the game. Gonna go ahead and turn up some music as well so you guys can hear that, hopefully. Got a subwoofer under it as well, which adds a little bass, a little feedback, but I'm really looking forward to them releasing that haptic kit because that's going to give me just some extra sound, extra feedback. Also, I've got the cameras here so you guys can see it head on where those speakers will be. So let's go ahead and load this up, 1-ball challenge. See how I have the DMD set up with the back glass there on top. And I have this on 1080p. This isn't the best gaming PC by any means. I just have an average, graphics card. It's probably 5 years old, 6 years old now. But it seems to run this game pretty well at 1080p. I'm running some of the graphics at high. Most of them I'm running at medium. But you can see the response time in these flippers, just how quick the response time is. The reason that is there's not actually any input set up. This is being recognized as a keyboard for the PC. So essentially pressing this flipper button is just like hitting a keyboard on my mouse or keyboard. So instant feedback, instant, no lag in my response time. Just perfect, right guys? Really good. So that is Pinball FX, and that's a look at it. We're going to now look at Pinball M and see what that looks like next. Okay guys, so next we're going to take a look at a Pinball M table. This is Camp Bloodbrook. I've done a Pinball M tournament a couple months back, and this is a really great table if you haven't checked it out. Let's turn some volume up on this bad boy here. Get some subwoofer action, and then, oh, I wasn't able to save that in time. We'll see if it saves the ball. No?
This garbled.
All right.
No.
Phew. So this is how I nudge right now, is I use this button to the right, or I can use the joystick if I want. But when that pinball kit comes out, I'll literally be able to shake this just like I would a real pinball, and it'll nudge. Also more sound coming off of this with those top speakers, hood mounted speakers. But just having the pinball buttons on the left and the right side in the position in which you're, standing like you would in front of a real pinball table, I think that's what's most important, and that's what really gets you engaged into the game and feeling like you're playing real pinball. But when that haptic kit comes out, it's going to be that much better. You can see how well it runs. Also, some of the functions like the views, you could change just here on the game deck. Plunger is just a button here. And then I can also nudge with that. But
Close.
so it looks great, having the back glass here on the back, having the DMD here right above this play field is really key to, I think, and just having a really immersive, fun experience in virtual pinball. But I've been loving this setup. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this gameplay. Next, we're going to do haptics VR. So let's get into that. Okay guys, I've got the VR headset on now. I'm all set up and ready to go. I've got my FX VR loaded up. I'm in the Williams section of my arcade, Williams Pinball. Standing in front of the X-Arcade, very simple. I'm just going to take my controllers, I'm going to put them in here, and I'm going to say I want to play. And I want to go X-Arcade mode, that's important. And it's going to go ahead and load up. Hit my pinball buttons, and now I'm in VR. So we'll just play one quick ball. You can see just how much bigger the table looks. So hopefully that's coming through in the video here. But just waiting on that haptic kit, like I said, to come in to be able to nudge. I think that's important. Also, just the feedback I'm going to get from that. I just can't reiterate how important that's going to be when that comes. I got the animations on, so I got the characters here on my left and right. Really weird going from the flat screen to VR, very different. This definitely feels more real. But I can typically only play, an hour, 2 hours max of this, where I can play unlimited on the monitor, so I'll mix it up I'll play a little of this and then I'll go to the PC and play there.
No time for tea. Blast those Martians.
But there you go. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of what that looks like so you guys could see. And hopefully that was useful in seeing how just easy it is. It's just this little dongle here on my headset. Got it plugged in. I've even got the Elite strap as well. There is a pass-through on this, so I can still plug in my battery to the headset, and it just works. It's the only thing I can say is it's so simple. Just plug in the dongle into the headset. Don't lose this thing, and you're good to go. Hey guys, also just real quick, I want to stress just the importance of this little dongle. This is going to come in the box with the instruction booklet, and you definitely want to make sure not to lose this. It is pretty small, not to leave it somewhere where it can get stepped on or anything like that. Very important, because this is what you're plugging in to the VR headset when you want to do the FX VR pinball. So just again, stressing, very important not to lose this. It does come with the bundle with the Tankstick Arcade2TV-XR. So this is not extra. It does come with it. It is with the instruction booklet in that box. And also, guys, there's a wide range of accessories available for the X-Arcade through the xgaming.com website. The one I chose to get was the PS3 adapter. It essentially will just allow me to plug in my PS3 directly into the X-Arcade. It'll recognize, the PS3 will recognize this game deck as a PS3 controller. So very cool to have that exact configuration and those controls for the PlayStation 3. There's also Xbox. Go look at their website. Pretty much any system you can imagine is available, just with the right adapters. And maybe it might require 1 or 2 adapters possibly, so you have to look into that. So this is just another small added cost. I paid $30 for the PS3, but you can get these reasonably priced. And they'll be expanding that, I imagine, as well to newer systems as those release. So any game can essentially be played on these X-Arcades with the right adapter. But, overall thoughts on this thing, I'll just tell you, probably if you're on the fence or you're even considering getting one of these, I think you absolutely have to add this to your game room. It's such a fun, overall multitask, like just joy to be around and have in your game room. Being able to hook it up to your PC, being able to play VR pinball, also the ability to just be able to play like fighting games or Golden Tee. Pretty much everything is available to you. If you seek out and you try to find it, there's probably an adapter that X-Arcade has for your console or your exact setup that you have in mind. And I think that's probably one of the best parts about these products, is that it's so expandable and it's so open to whatever you have in mind. You can probably create that exact setup with these X-Arcade Tanksticks or the Arcade2TV-XR. They've got it all. So go check it out. I just, can't say much more about how much I've enjoyed this thing. If I have to give it a, ranking out of, 0 to 10, I would say this is a 9.5 out of 10. There's just very little room for improvement. Very few areas where I can say that they could have done better. So hopefully that helps you guys with your decision. And if you were interested in getting one, or you're just, on the fence of whether or not maybe you should or shouldn't, I definitely recommend it. And it definitely gets my stamp of approval. So guys, in conclusion, I think, just looking into the future, right? Going into the rest of 2025, I think this is definitely the X-Arcade Arcade2TV-XR is probably going to be home arcade product of the year. I just don't really see, this video is dropping in October. In the next 2 months, really anything taking its lead ahead of this. This is just by far, I think, the best thing to hit the market for us in the home arcade community, enthusiasts, fans of these types of products. I think this is at the very top of the list. I think this was the pinnacle of what, we could have gotten this year. it's a reasonable price. It offers so much in expandability and being able to play in whatever way you want to do that, whether that be pinball, arcades, whatever setup that you have in mind. Like I said, you're going to be able to do with this. So my prediction, home arcade product of the year will be the X-Arcade Arcade2TV-XR. I also believe, going into the future, right, talking about what I would like to see in this product going into next year, for instance, would be for them to expand the library for the FX VR games, because I think that's its real niche market right now, is its ability to be compatible and integrated with Pinball FX VR. And I think part of that is bringing like the Pinball M tables to VR, as well as all the rest of the FX library. There's 120, almost 130 FX pinball games. Getting all those onto the VR platform is important. Making sure that's all integrated well with this setup, which it'll always be with the keyboard input for the pinball buttons, which we've seen in this video. But going forward, I think, is that pinball haptic kit. And how is that going to feel? How is that going to respond? How well integrated will that be with the pinball on the PC or Pinball FX VR on your Meta Quest? It's got to play perfect. The haptic controls, the feedback, the sound, it's all got to match and be synced up right. And, with the plunger, making sure that's all integrated well to where it synced up with the game and what you're seeing in VR. So just going into the future, I think that's some things I have in mind and what I'm really looking forward to. So you guys stay in touch, with Biggie D's Arcade, whether, through the website, through comments, through engaging in the live streams when we talk about this product and what it has coming up, talking about being in October when this video dropped. We're going to be going to Pinball Expo next week, and I'm going to get an opportunity to see X-Arcade in person at Pinball Expo. So really looking forward to that, getting hands-on with the new haptic kit, which we really did not get to look at too much in this review, but will in a future video when I receive my pre-order. So stay tuned for, future Pinball Expo content in Chicago, which I'll be getting after this review, as well as the new Pinball haptic kit, which will be coming for this unit in November or December. We're going to do a follow-up video talking about how that went and how much I've enjoyed just the extra features of the Pinball haptic kit. So you guys like the video. If you enjoyed this, leave a comment. And if you want to see future content like this, make sure to subscribe to Biggie D's Arcade. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.